Hey guys, Sovereign Jane Jenkins here, author of P Policy. It's a self-help book to elevate the consciousness of young women, and it is about setting boundaries and maintaining self-respect. Check it out on Amazon and Kindle. So today I want to talk about how heartbreak teaches you what true love is. Stay with me. The reason being is that once you experience heartbreak, you end up learning what you do not want and what you will not tolerate and what you will not stand for. And therefore, you realize that the things that you were tolerating wasn't real love. It was either manipulation, infatuation, or lust. Okay? When that is the case, you have to take it upon yourself to decide, is this what I want for my life? Where do I see myself in 10 years? Do I see myself with this person? Should I stick by this person even though I know it's not going to go and last for the long run? Should I take a moment and reevaluate myself and break up with this person and choose me and choose to focus on me, choose to focus on my goal, choose to focus on building myself up to end up finding what I'm searching for in the long run? Now, some people like to argue that this society, like, people expect too much and there are too many options, and it just depends on what you want and what you're expecting out of life. You can choose to be with anybody, and if they're interested in you, cool, you can go make a beautiful life together. However, when you have a certain aura about you and you see yourself in a certain way and you have certain goals under you and you have a spirit about you to where you know this person is not going to be cohesive to that spirit or to those goals that you have, then you are essentially wasting your time, because eventually that person knows that they're underneath you and knows that you're too good for them. Therefore, they're either going to break your heart or they are going to do something to cause the end of the relationship, because really they know they're not supposed to be with you. So in the long run, they're going to feel inadequate and not going to want to step up and keep stepping up and keep being that person that you need them to be, because just you being who you are is demanding the best version of them, and they're not ready to become that best version. So oftentimes they step back because they know that you are a powerhouse and that your power, your innate power, the essence of who you are, is way too big for them. They don't fit into that puzzle and they are not in your matrix. And essentially, just them being present in your life makes them feel inadequate. And when you have someone like that, they tend to subtly pull you down and make you think that you're in the wrong for being simply who you are. And yes, that is a problem. The reason why is because it holds you back from your awesomeness. You can't rest in the true essence of who you are because you're with someone that aren't as good as you or aren't as extraordinary as you. So you kind of have to balance yourself and kind of hold yourself back to make them feel less insecure. Because when you're with someone and they feel like they're really not on your level and that they shot above their level and they can't maintain it over time, they're going to eventually do something to wreck the relationship. And it is in that wreckage that you have to find yourself, dust yourself off, and have that heartbreak build you and make you realize that that was not true love. That was you learning a lesson and hardening yourself to create the best version of you to go along with this life for the rest of your life. And that is perfectly fine, because everybody in this life is going to either teach you a lesson or stick around for the long run. And if they're sticking around, they're still going to be beneficial because you're learning from them and that interaction with them, and it's teaching you how to navigate people better. So everybody in your life serves a purpose, whether you know it or not, and you should be well aware what purpose that they're serving. So if the person that you're with is purposely hurting you and trying to take you down off your pedestal, which often results when someone feels insecure and they know they're not supposed to be with you, that is by design to make you feel like you are beneath them. That is the art of manipulation. That is one of those things to where they know exactly what they're doing and they're doing it strategically to make you think that you can't do better. And in reality, the reason why they're doing that because they know you can do better. And that's the secret. And you have to stand on that and be willing to accept the fact that you're headed towards heartbreak. And the end result of that heartbreak should be self-love. And that should be you being able to identify what true love is versus what is fake love. I mean, most love is conditional. Like your love for your children, once they hit a certain point and they disrespect you on another stratosphere, it's conditional. Even for your parents, conditional. Friends, conditional. Boyfriends, conditional. Girlfriends, conditional. Self-love is the real unconditional love, because you have to live with yourself every single day. You cannot escape yourself. You cannot escape your thoughts. You have to be exactly who you were designed to be. And if you run from who you're truly destined to be, you're going to look up and you're going to realize that you wasted so much of your time and so much of your life in environments and around people that weren't fulfilling you, and therefore you never self-actualized. You simply wasted your life. And you can't go back and undo those interactions. You can't go back and undo those choices. You have to be able to accept the fact that you went through that. You had that experience. You had that heartbreak. That person that you were with, they disrespected you. That person that you were with, they were not for you. That person that you were with were training you and teaching you that you should expect less instead of more. Even though you're an extraordinary human being, they try to manipulate you into accepting less than what you truly deserve. And if you love yourself over time, you know that that relationship is not going to last and it's going to eventually come to a tragic end. So sometimes it's best to save yourself the pain and the hurt and to just let it go quickly and finally. Like, don't even give it too much thought and going on about your life and go to fulfill your dreams. Go after your goals. Go after that person that you should be becoming. Because life is all about becoming. And this book, P Policy, was all about my growth and becoming. And that's why it's the coming of age book for people, I want to say 18 to 30. That's my age group for this book. And 40-year-olds can learn something from it too, because it is one of those books to where it's going to make you think. It's going to trigger some emotions. It's going to get that emotional vortex going. And that's what I want. I want you to think. I want you to grow. Some people have read this book, and just by reading it, they got a transformation. And honestly, that is the best outcome for me. Because I said when I wrote this, if I could at least help one person, that I'm doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing, and I've reached my goal. I said that a year and a half ago when I was in Austria with my mother. If I could help at least one person, my goal is worth it. I've achieved my goal. But, however, I can do so much more, and I can reach so much more, and I could influence so much more, so many more people if I stay the course and tell my story the best way that I know how. And this is the book that allows me to do that, because I'm honest, I'm real, I'm raw, I'm relevant, and I don't hold back in this book. It is a story of the ages. It is so good that Barnes & Noble wouldn't even let me do a book signing. So yes, P Policy, setting boundaries and maintaining self-respect. Those are the two keys to this life if you want to be successful. So don't let heartbreak break you. Let it teach you what love truly is. And at the end of the day should be self-love ultimately. Because self-love is the real true love. And you have to center yourself onto that thought and kind of brainwash yourself into thinking that no matter what, you're going to be okay. Because the truth is, no matter what, you are going to be okay. No matter who comes, no matter who goes, no matter who you lose, you're going to be okay in time. Maybe not in that moment. So don't let heartbreak break you. Let it build you. Let it teach you. Let it grow you. Let it be a fertilizer instead of a hindrance. Okay? Sovereign Jane Jenkins. Love always, as always.